Foreclosure or bankruptcy? Which one looks worse on your credit long term? Well, my name is Jeff Kelly. I'm a bankruptcy attorney in Northwest Georgia. I've been practicing bankruptcy since 1998. And in my opinion, I believe bankruptcy is worse. But let me go into some detail about this. One of my goals as a bankruptcy attorney when I meet with a potential client is to take whatever expectations they have about their credit and just beat them into the ground. I don't want somebody coming back later saying, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know this would happen to my credit, blah, 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 blah." All my friends rebuilt their credit. Why am I not rebuilding mine? I think the best way of looking at it is like this. When we file a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7, basically, let's say your credit is a building and we're taking this wrecking ball and we're going boom, 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 smash, and we're smashing it down to the ground. But for a lot of people, starting off at zero is way better than starting off with negative $50,000 in credit card debt, which we see a lot. So that's why it feels like a quick, fast recovery of a credit score, and most people do within a year after discharge get to a much healthier, better place. But I want to talk to you a little bit about foreclosure. Sometimes we'll have clients come in, and their one and only issue is the house. And in Georgia, if you only have one mortgage, this is critical, just one, not two, and you let the house get foreclosed, the only way that a creditor is going to be able to come after you for the difference is if they do something called a confirmation of foreclosure. Almost never happens because it's just not worth it. If somebody did get a confirmation of foreclosure, more than likely that same person is probably going to turn around and file bankruptcy and wipe it out anyway. So lenders, as a general rule, don't do that. Now, I have seen them, if it's a second mortgage, press on that one a little bit. They can do that one, and that one might be worth filing a bankruptcy case over. But if the only issue is the house, I don't think it's a good idea to file bankruptcy just because you want to surrender a house to the creditor. In my humble opinion, I think it's better just let the house get foreclosed and don't worry about it. Focus on all the other stuff. Now, most realtors, I've got a lot of good friends that are realtors. I love realtors, but I disagree with them on this point. Most realtors will tell you, no, don't let your house get foreclosed. File bankruptcy and try to stall it to see if we can get more time, to see if we can maybe sell it and get something out of it or short sell it. Now, let me tell you why I am very biased against short sales, period. Number one, when you sell a house on a short sale, you do have to make some warranties as a seller that could, potentially be liable, could make you potentially liable. When um, you let a house get foreclosed, you're not liable for that house. I mean, they're going to get the house, they're going to, resell it down the road, and they're going to be the ones selling it to somebody, not you. You're not going to be liable. Now, one thing you do need to watch out for if you are in a situation where you're letting a house go and you're going to let it get foreclosed, until that house gets foreclosed, you got to maintain the yard if that house is located in a city. If you or there's county ordinances, you better make sure you remain in compliance because the house is legally yours until the foreclosure is completed. Many, many years ago, I had a client who we surrendered a house in a Chapter 7. About 3 years went by, and the mortgage company never foreclosed. In fact, they were so disgusted with the house, it got in bad repair really fast during those 3 years. Instead of foreclosing it, they signed it over to him. And that made him liable for all the rats and the grass that was 10 feet tall. It was a total nightmare. Fortunately, we were able to find somebody that was interested in buying the lot and help him get out of that mess. But you got to be careful. Okay, so let's get back to credit score. What I find kind of funny, almost in a humorous way, usually the people I meet with who are the most concerned about their credit score have absolutely terrible, and I mean terrible credit scores. And if you've already got stuff that's beating you down, lawsuits, medical bills, credit cards, on and on and on, you probably need to file a bankruptcy case and get a fresh start, clean the slate, and get rid of it. Your credit score is not the be all end all. If there's a dark cloud hanging over your head, it's not going to go away by itself. It's going to hold your credit score down and hold it down and hold it down. And a lot of people say, well, eventually it'll disappear, statute of limitations. That could be, maybe not. Because if a creditor files a lawsuit against you, which most of them will do, and if they get a judgment, which most of them will do, they will go on and record something called a FIPE, a writ of fieri facias. And that debt will kind of stick with you until it can expire after 7 years, but they can renew it, and they can keep renewing those judgments indefinitely. And that's how they can get you on a debt that's 20 years old. Sometimes clients will come in screaming, "There's no way this could be legal." Well, it's rare. Most people don't renew judgments, but they can. So I th- the question is, to file bankruptcy or not to file bankruptcy. I'm worried it's going to ruin my credit. As a general rule, I just think it's a terrible idea to live a life of misery and trying to make minimal payments to try to keep some minimal standard of credit score up when there's no end in sight. I think it's much better get a fresh start over. But if you have a house, in summary, if you've got a house and it's your one and only issue, I would stay away from the short sale. Sorry, real estate agent friends, I disagree. I think it's better to let the house get foreclosed. They're not going to be able to come after you for it in like 99.99% of all cases, because they're not going to confirm the foreclosure sale. And it's just better to let the house go than it is to file bankruptcy. Thank you for tuning in. And if you've got any questions, if you want to educate yourself on this, I have a free guide to Chapter 13 and Chapter 7 in the state of Georgia. And you can download it on my website, kellycanhelp.com. I've got a lot of podcasts on kellybankruptcy.com. And I've got a lot of YouTube videos. Just go on YouTube, type in Kelly Can Help, and you should be able to get to all of my playlists. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.